My Kucha is about a recurring hashtag on Twitter, hashtag growingupblack. I'm going to be talking about a few things. One, how it's a great way of sharing black culture. Two, how it allows black people to voice their opinion on how they view society. And three, that it is significant to others outside the black community. What is Black Twitter and why does it exist? Black Twitter is its own society within Twitter that deals with cultural, inside jokes, and slang, as well as a refuge for black voices to be heard and to inform young people what is going on in society. It is a way for African Americans, as well as people who have an interest in black culture, to connect with and entertain the community. When is the hashtag growing up black? When is the hashtag growing up black used? This hashtag is commonly used to address events that happen when growing up as an African American. The user posts a tweet or a picture to the right. This represents how a conversation would go if you were asking your parents for money. Me, Mom, can we get some McDonald's? Mom, sure, you got McDonald's money? Hashtag growing up black. How is this a great way to share black culture? Many African Americans are raised with the same principles. This hashtag allows Twitter users the ability to view those principles, as well as connect on a deep level with their experiences. Many black children growing up would receive black dolls from their parents. Due to society, the parents didn't want us to realize that we don't have to want to look like this ideal image of a white doll, that our skin is just as beautiful, just different from the majority. This was not in any way to degrade white dolls, but to promote pride in black ones. And the paintings were in almost every household, to promote black art and the ways it culturally portrayed the lives of black people. Twitter user Queen states that the crazy thing about hashtag growing up black is that I didn't even grow up with any of y'all, but we all share the same damn experiences. That's culture. Here are some examples that demonstrate the magnitude and the significance of this before I give you something to cry about. This was usually said by a parent to a child when they were misbehaving. They would say this because the parent thought that the child was crying for no reason. And if you kept crying, well, you see the next picture. Though most of these tweets are entertaining, many also pertain to serious issues. In earlier schooling, most standard history books had a section dedicated to the history of black people in America, maybe a chapter if you were in a higher level history class. It was always a touchy subject when having to learn about the truth, and it was kind of awkward, but then again it was necessary. Though all of this happened in the past, it still might be upsetting for some to see these events on films, then have to let yourself know situations aren't like that anymore. But black people aren't the only ones that are in conflict. Caucasians also have to experience ridicule due to what their people did in the past. This leads into why Black Twitter is not just for black people. It allows both races to view different perspectives on the same subject. The biggest discrepancy about hashtag growing up black is that most people juxtapose it to hashtag growing up white, as an us versus them type of mentality. There is one argument where many African Americans feel that white people are trying to steal or take away their Twitter community by making hashtag growing up white. It was made after hashtag growing up black, and some question its origin. This is due to people making ignorant comments on both ends. In this post, BBTM states that just because she grew up black, she has naturally fuller lips, while all other races do not. The rebuttal to this post was something also ignorant, implying that all black people don't have dads, and that all white people do. Is very simple. To understand the significance of the hashtag, one must look at it in a different way than it is commonly viewed. Hashtag growing up black is not just for black people, but for people of all races. Though many people belong to different cultures, they were raised the same way. It then becomes clear that there are a lot of similar principles that are taken into account when raising kids of all races. These hashtags These hashtags have been recently viewed as a competition between races on who grew up the best or who grew up the worst or who didn't have any parenting in general. Those are not the true intentions of hashtag growing up black. Black Twitter is not meant to just be a safe haven for black people. It was invented, yes, to give black people a voice on their own opinions in society and an opportunity, but it also again gives an inside look from their perspective that everyone has the ability to connect with. Hashtag growing up black is a major part of Black Twitter and is the key tool in finding the connection between all races. It is not just there to leave others out, but to show them that black culture and principles are similar to many other cultures and how many other people that are not just black have experienced the same things that black people have.